Hi, good afternoon. This is Jeff, the Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 932 Southeast Morrison Street here in Portland. So right now we're dropping into the toilet flange. This is the rearmost toilet in the building. Right now, water is off.
You need the water on though.
Does this thing run okay?
Yep. And there's a sink back here if you want me to turn this on too.
Right on. As long as it drains okay, yeah, that will be helpful to have right in there. And yeah, if you don't mind, if that sink over there in that other bathroom is doing its thing, yeah, we don't need to run it like monster volume, but like, you know, pencil width water.
Okay.
Just so we can see where it ties in. And that was a funky Y connection right there. Camera's actually having a very hard time getting around this bend right now. Back at this point, now that I've made it around that turn, I'm less concerned about the water flow here, and it'll help me see a break in the line. So that we just went past the tie-in. My camera right now is upside down, so that tie-in there, as you, I guess depending on the direction you're looking at, if you're facing into the building from the street, that comes in from the left side, right around where the bar is at, or will be. I've shut the water off back here in the bathroom, so here in a moment this should drain off, assuming we're not tied in with a neighbor behind us. And we should start seeing water pour in through another tie-in up ahead here. All right, so that water flow is not dissipating off quite as quickly as I thought. We're very close in right now, and I would expect that water to shut off very quickly. We have the frontmost bathroom running currently. We're going to turn that off in the event that drain routes all the way to the back of the building and then ties in, it might be doing a big loop around on itself. I'm pulling back really quickly though, just in the event there was a hard tie-in to see. And so he just turned that water off, and now the water is trickling off finally. So I think that may indeed be the case here. We'll test run that here. Once we get further out, we'll run some water again. But that right there is the only tie-in I've seen thus far, short of the Y connection we immediately see as we drop into the base of the toilet. Coming up on some debris here. This may very well be where the line's got a problem. Ooh. Yeah, there is a huge hole right there. I have to be very careful here. Yeah, you can tell this part of the line has not seen water flow in a minute. From the looks of it, you're losing probably about 100% of any lower volume water right up to that. High volume toilet flushes, probably some of it will clear that, but all right, just located there. We're about 5 feet off the curb. Now they stretched the cast iron way into the road on this one. So if you go the liner route, my personal opinion is I would take that liner to at least that point right there, just to ensure good flow all the way out. But we are a decent distance right now past the street curb. It's not going to be until around 44 feet approximately, 43 feet where the street curb is at. And only about 3 foot 8 inches deep out there. Very shallow. So talking about your tie-in for the storm system, I think I just found it here.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
In the street?
Yes.
So it does go, yeah, turns, goes to that, and then a little water.
Yeah, so at this rate, no water's actually made it down line. The pipe out here is bone dry.
Right.
So from that, I imagine when we come backwards here in a minute, or if we were to go drop into that other toilet over there, mm-hmm. It's most likely going to be routing straight back this direction. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The hard part without having water flow go down the line is it's a little trickier to gauge. I mean, ideally, what I like to see when you know you've got a belly is standing water in the pipe. Mm-hmm. I would imagine, I don't know, those holes might be big enough. You've actually got more than one of them. Mm-hmm. From just the simple look of this line, it doesn't look like a line that had a belly in it. Mm-hmm. Usually cast iron, you get a belly, you'll get really thick ridges of scale up the sidewalls up to where that belly stops. Mm-hmm. And I don't see any of that.
That means this is one of the questions.
All right, so right now we're a few feet inside the doorway, about 3 foot 6 inches deep. Just as I started pulling back here again from that, I noticed the tie-in that is at the top of the pipe there. My guess is that's probably a clean out access. There's no, we dumped about a gallon of water down the other toilet line, and the pipe is still bone dry. So from the looks of it, yeah, you've got holes rotting right through here. This is very, very brittle cast iron. Another hole there. So it's a matter of time before the rest of the pipe starts wearing out just like that. And back in here is where we finally get back into water flow again. You can start welding on these things, you start blowing holes through them.
Yeah. I know that was the jetter is probably not a good option for.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you run through it. It can, they all kind of beat things up.
Yeah, right.
All right, and then so there we're about 3 feet deep there. It's right around the doorway that leads off to the kitchen area. So the depth here does appear to be grading, which is good. So about where those holes are, that is basically where all the wet pipe stops.
So it relies on that almost continuity.
It's an impedance thing, and I think where I'm at right now, I'm probably in open airspace.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I know this. I think just about there, it's like where it narrows down, but you can still see the floating pipe.
Yeah.
And then it disappears in the third.
Okay, so right in here, I think is where that other toilet actually loops back to this point and ties in, because we have no, unless it's escaping the line like crazy, like this one does at a certain point. It looks like stuff is flowing. The sink certainly comes back to this direction because we don't get any water flow from that until we get back into here. And anyway, and I got 2 feet deep right about the time you go in between. That's just 9 feet out. That's not the actual main, like the stainless steel kitchen area. This is where the bar is going to be. I was getting around 2 feet there, but I also think I'm locating through dead airspace and a crawl space. So that depth is not really necessarily meaningful, as the line doesn't look like it's diving quite that hard there to go from 3 feet to 2 feet deep that quickly. So I think that's what's accounting for that depth change.